to the Notary Podcast hosted by me, Daniel C. Lewis. And as you can see, we have a very special guest today. And I'm so excited to have this person on. I've been wanting this person on my podcast for a long time. I was on her podcast early on, and I'm so happy to have her on. And today, this is Felicia Brown. We're going to be talking about confidence.
Yes. Confidence.
She's a person that has given me confidence to this podcast because I was on her podcast. Wow. So let's introduce yourself, Felicia.
Hi, my name is Felicia Brown, and I used to be a notary, and Daniel, he was my mentor. So we've just remained friends after that, and so I've just learned a lot from him, and he's just such a great just notary. Just awesome to work with, and so just glad of our friendship.
Yes, me too, because this person eludes confidence, and that's one of the questions we have at our notary meetups. How can I be more confident in what I'm doing? How can I be more confident in just being an entrepreneur? So Felicia, she has some ideas. She's going to tell us some ways that you can be more confident. What do you think?
Well, and with me being more confident, I have to jot notes down. So you have to be true to yourself and know what works for you. So my first thing in being confident is believe in yourself. You have to believe that you're able to do the job. So if you don't believe in yourself, then you're going to show people that you're not confident. So for me, I always carry a scripture with me. It's Philippians 4:13, which says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that just gets me pumped up to be like, I can go out here and I can take on any challenge that comes to me. And then another thing that you can do to build your confidence is positive words of affirmation. Just to say, I'm capable, I'm confident, I can do this.
Now, when you say affirmation, some of our viewers may be hearing this for the first time. What exactly is an affirmation?
It is just affirming that you can do what you're saying. So speaking positive things into yourself, saying to build up your mind and your confidence that you're able to be able to do what the task that's set before you.
So that's like self-talk. So you're like, I know I do affirmations and I do them in the morning when I'm looking in the mirror and at night right before I go to sleep. So it's like a self-talk.
Yeah, self-talk,
what would
pumping
be
yourself up.
What would be an example of a positive affirmation?
Like I said, I am capable of doing this job. They wouldn't have called me if they didn't think I am capable. I wrote some stuff down. I'm confident. I'm strong. I have what it takes to do this. So just building yourself up. I'm smart. Like I said, capable, willing. So those are just some positive affirmations that you can say over yourself to pump yourself up, to let you know that what's before you, you can tackle that.
And how often would you do these affirmations?
Just whenever I had a signing. I do them, all the time. But since we're talking in the context of notary, I'm going to say, whenever I had to do a notary signing, because you always just kind of, you're confident, but you get nervous because you're meeting different people you've never met. And then so you just don't know what you will encounter. So you just have to build yourself up for whatever comes along. That if there is an issue with the, I think a lot of people had an issue with the, when it was like, and I haven't done it in a while, with the payment.
Yes.
What do you call that?
Getting paid on time. A lot of people, I know what you're talking about,
Yes.
where they are afraid when they first get an assignment, they're afraid to ask, okay, when should I expect payment? And that's one of the questions you should ask, but that's one of the questions as a signing service I expect notaries to ask me if I'm hiring them, when should I expect payment?
Yes, and so you just build your confidence up to be able to say and believe in yourself that, hey, I want to know, like you say, when I am getting paid. And we all want to know. Don't sit there and not speak up for yourself, and then you're beating yourself up because you didn't ask the question.
So believing in yourself, affirmations, and what else?
And then the next thing I say, surround yourself with positive people. That is just so important, to have your tribe, your village there to uplift you whenever you do feel like, oh, I made a mistake, or, oh, I didn't do this right. You don't need people, because you're already beating yourself up because you felt like you didn't do something right. But you need your friends or a mentor to be like, hey, it's okay, you'll get it the next time. Let me be able to help you to be able, where you made a mistake, let's go over this so I can help you to be able to succeed the next time. So you need people in your corner to build you up for you to be able to succeed instead of being like, well, I don't even know why you tried,
Yeah. Well, how, and this is a question that comes up in the meetups all the time. What if I have a spouse that's not very positive, or a relative that's not very, or a roommate that's not very positive? How would you suggest our viewers handle that type of situation?
Well, there's always somebody positive, I feel like, in your corner, maybe on your job, maybe if you have a good relationship at the post office with the postman, or maybe if you go for coffee a lot. So I think there's always somebody in your corner there that is going to build you up. And then my thing is, too, if you build somebody up, I know somebody will build you up. So I would say, build other people. But also, I just feel like God, just my religion, that I feel like God will place people in your path to be able to build you up. And then you just have to maybe seek out some people, some positive people, and try to become friends with them. Link up with positive people. If you don't have any positive people in your life, then find positive people and you link up with them so you can be around like-minded people.
Yeah, because I know when people come to the meetup, they always say, oh, man, this is a lot of positive energy. We're getting a lot of support, self-assurance, meeting people like Felicia. We're getting that, but when I go back home, I don't get that. But I think it starts with the person first. You have to start with your seeking out that person, right?
Yes, you have to start seeking out that person, and then ask for a phone number so you guys can link up. But yes, I think you just got to surround yourself and just seek positive things. And like, your meetup is excellent. There are so many notaries there that meet, and everybody is encouraging. That was one of the things that I really did like about your notary meetup group, is that everybody there is encouraging each other to be the best that they can be, to go out and to succeed. So just get around like-minded people.
What would you tell a person that is, and I get this question a lot, Felicia, I'm an introvert. I'm scared to meet people. I'm just introverted. What advice would you give them?
Well, I am an introvert. I guess some people may or may not believe that. No. But you just have to put yourself out there. And that's just what it is all about. It's just putting yourself out there and just trying one person who you feel like may be receptive to having a conversation with you, and just go and introduce yourself and be like, hey, I'm so-and-so. Just tell me about your notary. How did you get into this? And just start asking simple questions. And I think then it will build from there. But if you don't put yourself out there, you will just never know. Just speaking from one introvert to another, if there are a lot of people listening, you just have to start somewhere, and try to find a safe person that you feel, that looks approachable, that you can go and say something.
How would you know what a safe person is?
I think you can look at people and see, like, if they're laughing, if they're smiling, if they are, talking to people and seeing if they are helpers, going to help somebody that may be sitting in a corner, that they go and they talk to people and they make people feel welcoming. I think that's how you can kind of recognize that this will be like a safe person to be able to initiate a conversation with. And then sometimes you may go and people may just shrug you off, then shrug your shoulders, dust the dust off your feet, and then just, move on. But don't, just retreat back and feel like, well, I tried and, nobody likes me. So you just have to move on to the next person.
Was there, as an introvert, was there a time in your life that you said, this is a turning point for me to become more confident?
I'm pretty sure there was a time in my life. But I think even with Notary, because how it came about for me was in COVID, during COVID. And I just was like, I'm just going to go for this. I'm just going to go for it. Didn't know anything about Notary. And this is the funny thing, like, I didn't even have internet service. I had nothing. I didn't even have a computer.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just nothing. But I saw a friend that she was doing it. I went on with her a couple of signings because at that time you needed a witness for a couple of signings. So went with her, and I was like, I can do this because she made it look easy. I mean, easy, and meaning that she was good at what she does, and then she gave me the confidence to feel like I could do it as well. So being that I had nothing, I went out and I got my stuff. She walked with me every step of the way, and she helped me build my confidence. And so just changed, and then I was successful at it at the time. When the time that I did do it, I was very successful.
Do you have anybody, even outside of the notary business, just as an inspiration to you or as a mentor to you, anybody that you can recall that says, this person, I can look at this person and that person really inspires me to just be my best?
Not off the top of my head.
Any mentors?
Do I have? I mean, I do, but they're more of like spiritual mentors.
Yes.
So they are always just encouraging me, and pushing me just to be a better version of myself. And so I really love them for that they push me to challenge me in my way of thinking, building my relationship with the Lord. So, yes, I do have spiritual mentors to help me.
Very good. What do you think is the biggest misconception about building confidence within ourselves?
What's the biggest misconception? I don't know. I just think people, of the society now that we're living in. I mean, everybody, during COVID was just so isolated. And so I think, with just social media, people, I think we try to copy other people. And when you try to copy other people, you never can be successful at yourself. And so you never can have the full confidence that you need when you're looking at so many other people and how they do things, instead of focusing on yourself, your strength and your weaknesses, and the things that you're really strong at. Build up those things, that you're good at.
Yeah.
And then your weaknesses, find people to help you make those your strengths.
So you think so what I'm hearing is that really focus on your strengths and help network with people that help you on things that you consider that are weaknesses.
Weakness, yes.
Very, very good. So you think those things there might be some, because some people have the misconception of saying, I'm going to work on all my weaknesses, and then gets frustrated if it doesn't go as fast as it's supposed to go. Do you think that's a misconception?
I think so. I mean, because if I have several things in the pot, and that they're not good things that I'm strong at, like I say, cooking or trying to crochet or or even playing a sport. And then I am kind of failing at all of those things and not succeeding. I mean, that right there will bring you down. That just brings kind of negative energy there. So versus doing like a couple of good things that just makes me happy, like, oh, I succeeded, I'm good at this. And then gradually, add in like a weakness that maybe you need help with other people to help you build that up, and then you can add on another. But I think you should have 2 to 3 things that you're good at, and then work on a weakness or two. But you just shouldn't have like, well, let me work on all my weaknesses and have nothing positive there, because that will bring you down and make you depressed.
Anything else you want to share about confidence? Because I know this has been a big subject that comes up all the time in the notary meetups with the notaries I talk to around the country about how to build their confidence, going from a corporate America job to an entrepreneurial job. Anything else you want to share on that? Any tips life hacks, so to speak, that you want to share?
Let's see. Well, I'm just going to speak from my experience. I didn't quit my job. I still worked, but just trying to transition and, to have like my own business that I did have for a while. I just would say the hack is study your trade and get a good mentor and find somebody, that knows the craft really well to be able to help you to be able just to make that transition from leaving, corporate America and just wanting to start your own business. But it's really studying the trade and what you're trying to do is really, that's the key piece there. Because if you don't really know what you're getting into and know it well, then it's hard to make that transition. And then just finding people who will help you.
Yeah.
That's just another key factor too, is going to different like meetup groups or what else, other things. I think the National Notary Association, they have some things.
They have great training.
Just great training. So you just have to be able to get that training just to be able to be successful at this.
Let's go through your list again. You said, what was the first?
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Surround yourself with positive people that will lift you up when you get on your pity party.
Yes.
And then just do the work. A lot of times, people don't do the work. They don't study their craft. And I think and you even saw this, especially during COVID, I think a lot of people flocked to notary work.
Yep.
And then there were a lot of errors because people just didn't know what they were doing. And they just thought that it was easy business. Mm-hmm. And it really isn't an easy business. You have to know, it's a lot of things that you have to know about the signatures and, just getting the driver's license. It's just so much into it. It's not as easy as what people think. And I think, like I said, a lot of notaries were making a lot of errors because they did not.
Yes.
They didn't study the craft. So you have to know the work. And when you know the work, you can walk into a job and be confident because you did your due diligence and learning what this is all about, this profession is all about.
Yes, and you also said affirmations are so critical. Mm-hmm. Doing affirmations, and some of the positive affirmations you mentioned was, say, I can do this, I'm a strong person, I'm a confident person, saying
capable.
I'm capable over and over and over and over again. I love all the tips you gave, especially building confidence is, let me learn my craft first, and that'll help build the confidence. Let me make sure I have reference materials that I can take. Let me be confident. Let me be self-assured. Let me educate myself. And educating myself, and then let me definitely do affirmations. Affirmations are so important.
Yes, they are. And I always say, give yourself grace. That's another thing, too, to build your confidence, because you give grace to your friends and to your family, but then when it comes to you, you give no grace. And
Yes.
so
that's so powerful.
yeah, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We're not going to hit every,
Yes.
signing or every job out, of the ballpark. There are going to be some times where I really didn't do a good job, and that's okay. That is okay. You just learn, just see, like, well, where did I go wrong? And then you try to make it better for the next signing.
Give yourself grace. That is powerful.
Give yourself grace. And then another thing is that, then I also, it's just a little quote. You don't have to be your best self, just be yourself. And like I said, I think I said that earlier. A lot of times in the notary meetup, there's a lot of, one particular lady, but she's been at it for a long time. But I cannot be her, and you have to be yourself and how you talk and how you learn things and how you're going to approach, the clients that you have. So I can't be her, and she's wonderful at her, but you have to be you, because that just makes it just more better. And then you can be confident because you're you, but when you're trying to be somebody else, it's hard to be confident when, I'm trying to be funny and I'm not really a funny person.
Let's hear that quote one more time.
You don't have to be your best self, just be yourself.
We're going to end on that. You don't have to be your best self, just be yourself.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Felicia, for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, she's awesome, right? We got to have her back on. If you like the content today, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We love doing this content each and every week for you. Hopefully, we'll be back next week, or we'll see you next week. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.